All right, guys, welcome to Office Hour. I know this is my general physics people, so hello, guys. Let's see. So today in class, we went over scientific notation, and these are going to be the answers and how to do the calculations for the scientific notation examples in the PowerPoint. So just a quick reminder that scientific notation always wants to follow this format, which is A, which is a number between 1 and 10, times 10 to some kind of number, which is going to be how many decimal places that we moved. So specifically with multiplication, what I was referring to in class was that it follows something from math called the law of exponents. And you guys may or may not have seen it. If you've seen it, this is kind of just a refresher. If you haven't seen it, this is your introduction to it. You will cover it more in math. So what you guys have here is called the product rule. And what the product rule says from the law of exponents is that if I have some number to an exponent times another number to an exponent, and my bases are the same, that means I can just add their exponents together. So we have x to the m power times x to the n power. Well, since their bases are both x, I can just go ahead and combine their exponents together and keep this base. So that's where that's from. So the first example on the notes is going to be parentheses 2 times 10 to the third, and parentheses 4 times 10 to the fourth. So following the steps from our notes, that's how I'm gonna perform this calculation. So it says, step 1, multiply the first factors. I have 2 and 4. So 2 times 4 is going to be equal to 8. So I have 8 times 10. And then I'm trying to figure out my n. But instead of counting how many decimal places they moved, all I have to do is add their exponents. So I have 3 and 4. 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. So for that first one, my answer is going to be 8 times 10 to the 7th. My next question on the notes was going to be 6 times 10 to the 5th times 7 times 10 to the 6th. So once again, all I have to do is multiply the first factors. So I have 6 times 7. So 6 times 7 is equal to 42. And then I have to add my exponents, which is 5 and 6. And then 5 plus 6 is equal to 11. So at this current moment, I have 42 times 10 to the 11th power. But wait, there's something really important that I am missing. 42 is not between 1 and 10. It's actually greater than 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the decimal place over to the right. And so I have 4.2. And since I moved it over to the right, I get to add 1, or sorry, I moved it over to the left. I get to add a number to my exponent. So I'm left with 4.2 times 10 to the 12th power. All right. So I'm running out of room. So what I'm going to do is, ta-da. All right. So I'm just going to try to keep that format up so you guys can see the original format that it has to be in, and you guys can still see the steps. And I'm going to fold this over so it doesn't see through. All right, number 3 on that was, let's see, 5 times 10 to the negative 5, and parentheses 7 times 10 to the 10th power. Once again, I multiply the first factors, which is 5 and 7. 5 times 7 is 35. And then I just add my exponents together. So I have -5 plus 10 is equal to +5. So I'm left with 35 times 10 to the 5th power. But I'm not done yet, because 35 is once again not a number between 1 and 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the decimal place over to the left. So I have 3.5. Because I moved the decimal place over to the left, I get to add 1 to my exponent. So I have 3.5 times 10 to the 6th. And then the last question on that, on the notes, let me scoot that up a bit. Keep that, is going to be parentheses 3 times 10 to the -6 times 2 times 10 to the -4th. Once again, all I have to do is first I multiply my first factors. 3 times 2 is 6. And that's a number between 1 and 10, so I don't have to do anything for A. I drop the multiplication symbol and I drop my base 10. So I know you guys are probably confused by the negatives. It's completely okay because our base is still the same. So since we have a base 10 here and a base 10 here, and I'm still just multiplying it together, I just add these exponents together. So I have -6 plus -4 is equal to -10. So I am left with 6 times 10 to the -10th, which is going to be a really tiny number. All right, and that's it for the multiplication one.